the Hammer Down Racing Report. And now your hosts, Scott Hammer and Ron Miller.
Welcome, race fans, to the Hammer Down Racing Report for Thursday, July 27th, 2023. Show number 291.
Yoo-hoo! Don't hate us, folks. We're running off of a generator tonight. And,
We're in the dark.
Yeah.
We're always in the dark.
And don't hate us. I mean, we've been doing okay. We paid the electric bill. But big storm last night, and the studio was without power today.
And yesterday.
Yeah.
Scott Hammer, Ron Miller coming at you live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter from the John Young Racing for First Responders, Dave Kemmer's studio. I couldn't even print out my show prep, so I have to look at it on the screen here. And we don't have the big screen working. We don't have the other camera up there, so we're a little bit...
Air conditioning's not working.
We don't have air conditioning, but we do have a fan right beside me, though.
Besides the ones listening to us.
Yeah, a few of those, a couple.
Yeah.
Tonight on the show, we will be speaking with Stan Yee 150 winner Craig Everage up there at Flat Rock Speedway this past weekend. They had the Stan Yee 150 for the Outlaw Super Late Models.
Yeah, sounds like it was a good race.
Yeah, so Craig Everage from Angola, Indiana, will be giving him a call in a little bit. He's, I guess, going to be bouncing between softball practice and us.
So I hope we come out on top of this deal.
I hope so, too. And as Ron mentioned, yeah, my part of the neighborhood without power from last night's storms, and apparently we're not going to get power back till Saturday afternoon. So
good luck with that. Maybe when you get home from the races.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. But you hear generators outside the window. That's why I'm not going to close the window, because it's already like a sauna in here.
Well, and it's not only just our studio, but it's all the neighbors.
Yeah. Whole neighborhood without power. But we digress tonight. If you want to, would like to win, I should say. Not if you want. If you would like to win a Hammer Down Racing Report window decal, one of these guys right here. Boom. Hey, you can't actually see it.
That works good, Scott.
It does.
Ooh, have to remember that.
That's courtesy of DCR Graphics. Just type hashtag DCR right there on your screen. Hashtag DCR in the comments of our YouTube Live or the Facebook Live. And if you're watching this and it's not between 7 and 8 on Thursday night, and you put it in the comments, we've already done the drawing, so sorry. Yeah. But if you are watching us live, then definitely do that. You can get in the drawing. We'll do that at the end of the night. And, of course, those stickers are available from DCR Graphics for just $5. He'll mail it to you, bring it out to the track, whatever.
And it is important that you have the hashtag before the DCR.
Correct.
And it appears as though the DCR doesn't matter if it's capital or, lowercase.
And if you put it in more than once, then it doesn't matter. You just got to do it once. You're not going to get any more chances. There's no advantage.
The program won't give you two shots.
No, it won't. But we will be giving away some Big D's Pizza a little bit later for how many.
Yeah.
We got some racing results. I had some video that I was going to upload last night. The power went off at 3 o'clock yesterday afternoon when those storms blew through. Unfortunately, they're on the other computer, that the first one, I think.
Yeah.
So I don't have all those videos. There's a lot of entertaining videos from this past weekend at Pocono, so I guess we'll just have to talk about it.
Yeah.
But I digress.
Is one of them from Kyle Petty?
No, but that was a good one. I remember hearing him post-race. No, one was not, but it was about something.
No, we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, we'll get to that. I also got to mention real quick that we peaked at number 176 on Apple Podcasts in Australia.
Again.
In our category.
Yeah.
We're down from the previous week, but last week we had Kai Blight on, and I get this report like on Friday, so it's like a week behind.
Okay.
So I think that we'll probably be back up within the top 100 when I get the email tomorrow for this past week.
Come on, all my Aussie mates. Let's get in gear.
What about the U.S. people? We're not charting in the U.S.
Oh, we love that.
We charted in Canada last week. That's weird.
Because there's so many podcasts in America. Millions.
There's podcasts for everything. There's like when smartphones came out. There's an app for everything. There's a podcast for everything.
That's it.
Oakshade Raceway, where the fastest meet to race this weekend is, I didn't update this, but it is the Night of Wheels. We're going to be giving away a bunch of bicycles this weekend. Late models, Sportsman, Dominator Super Stocks, and the Compacts full show. So it'll be a pretty good night
I think most of the racers know about the Night of Wheels, but if you're a fan and you're listening, you're more than welcome to donate a bicycle.
A new bicycle. They don't want used bicycles.
Right. And for kids.
And they kind of organize them by
size.
By size, yeah. And
age group.
Every kid gets a ticket. It doesn't cost anything. They get a ticket that I think they can drop it into whichever bike that they fit in or each size. Yeah. So, and then they draw for it at intermission. So it's a pretty cool deal. And the racers, they're very generous with their giving of bikes. Yeah. Also got to mention Big D's Pizza in Clyde. Give them a call right now, 419-547-1444. I bet you they have power. You can order online at orderbigdspizza.com. I actually did order pizza last night because I didn't have any power. But
not from Big D's?
No, because
he doesn't deliver.
They wouldn't deliver here, yeah.
We're still waiting for that local franchise.
It's coming. It is. I think John Young's working on that. Check out the Big D Sunday Special, large 3-topping pizza for just $9.99. Follow them on Facebook for more specials. Big D's in Clyde, big on taste, not on price. I also got to mention DCR Graphics, Freeze Frame Photos, Oakshade Raceway, Ron Miller Race Cars, Headhunters Barber Studio, and Salon. And before we move on, how about we talk about stuff from this past weekend before we give Craig a call?
Sure.
Racing Roundup.
Park, Cap Henry picking up another feature win. He picked up the Australian Pursuit race too, didn't he?
He did.
Crown Battery deal?
At Fremont, yeah.
Oh, that was at Fremont. You're right.
Yep.
Okay. I'm getting ahead of myself.
But that's okay.
Back to Attica on Friday night. Cap Henry picking up the AFCS 410 win. Devin Shields, late model winner.
4,000 to win Friday. So just keep that number in mind.
We're going to add to that when we get to Saturday?
You betcha.
All right. Paul Weaver got his first. I found this hard to believe. Paul Weaver got his first 305 win at Attica of the year.
Of the year.
Yeah. Paul's always. It took him a while this year.
He's been up front, though.
Lima Land Speedway, Creed Kemenaw picking up the win in the NRA 360 sprints. That was a pretty cool deal. Tony Anderson winning the mods. Matt Crafton won that Celebrity Dollar Double Dash deal.
Yay, Matt.
Yeah.
He's definitely my favorite.
Running the mod. He's got a lot of experience in the modifieds.
He's my favorite NASCAR truck driver.
Okay. And Chris Douglas picking up the win in the Thunder Stocks at Lima Land. Saturday night, Oakshade Raceway, Casey Noonan picking up his third feature win of the year. In the late models, Brad Eitenauer making his first appearance in a Sportsman this year.
Yeah, but he was at Attica Friday in a late model.
Was it that same car?
It was a gold number 8.
Well, this was a black number 8 on Saturday.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure.
Well, anyways, he picked up the Sportsman win there. Gabe Mueller won in the Dominator Superstock A-Main. Josh Bailey picking up the win in the Compact A-Main. Dylan Burt winning the Dominator Superstock B-Main, and Aaron Barrick picking up the win in the Compact B-Main. Fremont Speedway on Saturday night. Skylar G picking up the 410 win. Cap Henry winning the 410.
Yeah, that's getting kind of repetitious.
Australian pursuit race that he started on the front, though, didn't he? You said?
Yes, he did. And I didn't understand that, Scott. I've seen a lot of Australian pursuit races, and they usually start the cars either with a high points man in back or the fastest qualifier. Fremont elected to do a pill draw.
Fair enough.
And it was not a good race to watch.
Can you see the comments on your little screen there? I haven't been watching it because I got to flip over to this tab. So you're in charge of keeping an eye on that.
Okay.
John Young says yes, he is. I think for that Big D's franchise. Where was I here? Alvin Repke picked up a 305 win at Fremont on Saturday. Jamie Miller picked up his second dirt truck feature win of the year.
So now let's go back to Cap Henry. 4,000 on Friday.
How much did he get for the Australian Pursuit race?
2,500, and another for the AFCS sprint car win on Saturday.
Skylar G won.
Oh, you're right. Okay, but
don't take the money out of Skylar's hands.
But Cap Henry had
a pretty good weekend.
Awesome weekend.
He's had a pretty good year.
Yes, he has. And he ran last night at the
which one? High Limit or
the High Limit?
Okay, I didn't get to watch that because no power.
Yeah, he was in the show and looked really good.
Flat Rock Speedway on Saturday night. Our guest we'll be speaking to here momentarily, Craig Everage, picking up that Outlaw Super Late Model Stan Yee 150 win. Greg Stude picking up the win in the Street Stock A main. David Fisher's Street Stock B main winner, and Travis Early picking up the figure 8 win. Travis Early, is that the
I gotta believe it is.
kid?
I'm sure that's third generation of figure 8.
Billy Early's kid?
I gotta believe so.
Okay.
Maybe somebody can fill us in on that. I know we've
Producer Dave, get on that.
I know we've got some Flat Rock folks listening tonight, so maybe somebody can let us know, but I'm pretty sure.
Our how many question from last week, how many sprint cars would be at the Chuck Wilson Memorial at Butler Motor Speedway on Saturday?
Yes, sir.
We'll share that number a little bit later, but I will tell you who won. Darren Nida picked up his second 410 feature win in a row at Butler Motor Speedway.
Former Hammer Down Racing Report guest.
A lot of these people. Todd Sherman, he's been a guest. He won the modified feature event. Paul Grossnickel was the street stock winner. I spelled street with an A, S-T-R-E-A-T.
Close enough.
Yeah. If I put a K in there and take out the T-R, it'd be skeet? No. Steak? No. I don't know. Greg Marlowe picking up the win in the 4 cylinders. I was wondering if Greg was related to Barry.
I don't know.
Lucas Oil late model action at Houston Speedway last week, Silver Dollar Nationals weekend. Thursday, Ricky Thornton Jr. picking up the win. Brandon Shepard picking up the main win on Saturday night, $53,000 to win that.
Ooh.
So he had a good weekend. Tezos All-Star Circuit of Champions Friday night. It was Zeb Wise at 34 Raceway. Saturday at Spoon River Raceway, Bill Baylog picking up the win. And then Sunday, Red Hill Raceway, Bill Baylog again. So he had a pretty good weekend. And then last night at Benton Speedway, Derek Hagar picked up his first career All-Star Circuit of Champions win.
Ever?
Wow. Ever. First career.
Well, congratulations there.
World of Outlaw NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series at Baps Motor Speedway on Thursday last week. David Gravel picking up the win. Friday at Williams Grove, it was Logan Schuhart. And Saturday, wrapping up the Williams Grove action, Rico Abreu picking up the win there.
And Rico was the winner last night.
At Grandview for the High Limit Sprint Car Series.
Yes,
that race was postponed from Tuesday, originally scheduled for Tuesday.
Right.
Postponed due to the weather to Wednesday. SRX Series action last week, Thursday night, Ryan Newman picking up the win at their second consecutive week at Stafford Speedway. Nice to see him back in victory lane.
Because they'd had horrendous rains in New Hampshire where they were going to be racing. So
correct, yeah. Now they're back on schedule starting
so they
tonight
doubled
again.
down.
Yeah. Arc Menard Series action, Friday night's race was postponed to Saturday morning. Jesse Love ended up winning that Sunset Hill Shooting Range 150 at Pocono Raceway. That's his 5th win in 10 races. Then Charlie Craw hustled his way back from Pocono early Saturday morning and made it to Oakshade a little after 7 o'clock to help me announce last weekend.
And he got to announce.
And he got to watch his son announce that and announce his son spinning out in front of me and taking me out.
Huh.
He did. He was fun.
Sucks to be you, Scott.
Yeah, obviously there was no malicious intent to take me out. He just lost it in front of me. It was an accident. But Charlie, after the races, Charlie left. I was still calling the rest of the races, and he made his kid come up, Alex, come up and apologize.
Up to the tower?
Yeah.
Really?
Like, dang, I'm glad that Charlie's not my dad. I would have been embarrassed. But NTT IndyCar Series action Saturday. It was Joseph Newgarden at Iowa Speedway, and Sunday, Newgarden made the sweep of it. Won both races there at Iowa this past weekend. NASCAR action. Kyle Busch picking up the win in the Truck Series race on Saturday. That was his 100th truck win. I thought he already reached that, but apparently not. Xfinity action. Austin Hill picking up the win at Pocono on Saturday. And then Sunday, a controversial win for Denny Hamlin at Pocono in the Cup Series.
Yeah.
XR Super Series was in action on Monday at Off-Road Speedway. Devin Moran and Dalton Wilson each won preliminary features. And then Tuesday, Ricky Thornton Jr. won the 100-lap main event. That only paid a measly $100,000 to win.
Just another weekend.
Jimmy McCune won his 3rd and 4th Must-See Racing races of the season by winning at Birch Run Speedway on Friday night and then at Berlin on Saturday. So those...
yeah, I know him.
Yeah. Those burns on his feet have not slowed him down one bit.
No, maybe his foot's gotten heavier.
It could have. they did put extra skin down there, right? So that
Yeah.
it's more weight now.
Maybe there's still a little swelling there. And
Some results from our Hammer Down fleet. Again, if you have one of these Hammer Down Racing Report window stickers that you can get from DCR Graphics on your race car, shoot us a picture, put it on our Facebook page, whatever, send it to me. I'll put it on there, and we'll include you in our racing roundup, like Kurt Dickey. He finished 19th at Oakshade on Saturday. John Young finished 7th in the B-Main at Oakshade. Colton Cox he finished first in 2 features at Palmyra Speedway in the go-kart action there. Yeah, we're on a go-kart.
He's been on fire.
Yeah, he got first in the makeup feature and then first again in the regular feature. I think he had to come from the back, too.
Yeah, if he ever gets into a race car, maybe his dad can.
It's going to happen at some point.
Maybe his dad can give him some pointers.
And I had forgot Dale Cole Jr. has obviously a Hammer Down Racing Report logo.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, he finished 20th in the late model feature there at Oakshade. So there you go. That is your racing roundup for this past weekend. DCR Graphics, speaking of them, they do full wraps. They also specialize in banner stickers, die casts. They got the little die cast late models, stock car. I'm sure you can get pretty much whatever, and you can decorate it so it looks just like your car. Also does graphics for sprint cars, late models, modified, stock cars, compacts, whatever you need. You can order the official Hammer Down Racing Report window stickers from DCR Graphics. They're locally owned and operated. Call or text Dale at DCR Graphics, 419-308-9523. That number is scrolling at the bottom of the screen. And you can also check them out on Facebook at facebook.com/DCR Graphics. Dominator Race Products. Check out that classic-looking Killer Z nose or the Dominator Outlaw nose kit for asphalt super late models. We'll have to ask Craig if he's got Dominator on his car.
I don't know.
He's got a pretty sharp-looking car. Have you seen that?
I didn't.
Oh, well, it was on the little preview image for the show.
Yeah.
Okay. What are you, busy and working or something?
Yeah.
Dominator has shaker screens, fan shrouds, modified valances, plastic late model spoilers. You can order direct from Dominator Race Products or call 419-923-6970. You can also order from local reputable race shops such as Ron Miller Race Cars.
Yay.
So how about we get our guest on the show here? All of a sudden I have a bunch of
Hopefully he's
messages.
done playing softball.
Hopefully. I think we're a little bit late here. There he is. Do this. Boom. He's over there in Indiana. I guess we got to pop this up.
Oh, it seems to be working.
The phone's working at least. I don't think I don't need power for the phones.
What's up, buddy?
Hi, is this Craig?
Yes, sir.
Craig, it's Scott Hammer, Ron Miller from the Hammer Down Racing Report.
Got you loud and clear.
Awesome.
Hey.
Are you still at softball practice?
Actually, I canceled it due to heat because of the caught a little heat from some of the parents. So it was a little bit hot.
Our friend,
So-
our friend RJ told me that you are quite the live wire. So I'm expecting a lot out of this this interview.
Okay, yeah, I can probably liven your life up a little bit. I have a lot of stories.
Awesome. Well, first off, congratulations on picking up that Stan Yee 150 win at Flat Rock this past weekend. First Stan Yee 150 win, but your 6th late model feature win up there at Flat Rock. How does this one compare to those other 5?
Yeah, probably it means a lot more as my son. He was part of the win, you know, from loading the car to prepping it the day before a little bit. He got to even talk on the radio during the cautions, and he was coaching me, and it meant a lot for him and I to experience that together. And he says he'll win that someday too, he told me. I said, well, good luck, buddy.
How old is your son?
He's only 11.
Oh, he's just about ready.
But he's been brought up around racing, so he's darn near
Absolutely.
a senior. He's darn near a senior in motorsports.
He was giving me some great words of wisdom. Don't screw this up. You're gonna have to go. You're gonna have to go faster. The fast guys are coming. Get a drink of water. You're gonna need it, and keep pushing. I know you're tired, he said.
Craig,
So I'm like, wow, dude.
go ahead.
Go. No, I'm good.
Okay,
That was just the most
RJ
exciting.
Cornett was telling me that he checked up on you, and your fastest laps were like 126 to 131. How do you do something like that in that long of a race?
Well, obviously, I always try to save, and my car really wasn't that good at the start. We tightened it up a little bit too much, and I think that ended up being dark. I think that race took an hour and 20 minutes, and the sun went down. We probably lost 10 degrees, and maybe I was driving harder when you can see the results when you're up front beside Justin Schroeder and Eric Lee's on you. You maybe just give her a little bit more.
Did losing the fuel load maybe help?
Yeah, you probably lost. Well, I think we lost about 15 gallon.
Wow.
So about 15 gallon times 7.
Yeah.
And
you're 100 pounds there.
Yep. And also, I was, like I said, half throttle about the whole race, and I was running harder at the end, obviously. And all those caution laps, my car seemed to get a lot better because there was like 3 or 4 cautions right in a row. So I was like, man, this car don't even feel like the same car. And I did learn how to drive the track better with it tighter. I started going lower and lower. I was almost trying just not to hit the dirt and spin out. That's how low I was. It was pretty amazing.
You know, sometimes dropping that left front a little off the pavement doesn't hurt.
I'm telling you, I did it a lot. Just trying not to wreck. I'm like, please don't bottom out and spin out or something, you know.
It's nice to hook the inside there with the left front.
It is.
If you can keep it on the ground.
Yep, it was definitely, the cross member was definitely scraped. All my indicators were rubbed off. It was the lowest I've ever been since I've raced there.
Well, that's a good thing. You learned something.
Yep. Felt like I was going slower and going faster, letting off earlier and rolling the bottom, trying not to screw it up, and it seemed to be, it was definitely better. It was better at the end.
With the two-way communication, are they giving you lap times?
No. They was just telling me hit my marks and stay on the bottom, and you know what I mean. And then they obviously Eric Lee was coming, and they was really saying stay on the bottom. He's on you. He's on you. You know. I'm like, yeah, I can hear him.
Yeah, but he's got to go outside to pass me.
Yep, and we're good friends as well, so I didn't have any concern that he was going to spin me out, but he did want to win for his dad.
Gotcha. So you started 6th in the race. Before the race even began, how confident were you that you would be taking the checkered flag after 150 laps?
No, probably the least I've been in like 5 years. I've been better every time. I've gotten second to Burkacre, I don't know, 2 or 3 times, but my car was definitely better. I struggled, seems like all day. I was actually loose. So we made a big adjustments, 2 of them before the feature to try to tighten the car up, and it was way too far. Once it got cooler, the car was not that good. I didn't think I could win. Nope.
Okay. So how did you get started in outlaw super late model racing?
I've been around it. My brother won 20 street stock features between Angle and Bearfield Speedway in one season, and he was really great, but never had the financial income to run super lates because he was a great driver. My dad used to race as well, growing up around here on some dirt tracks, and we've gone to the races every Saturday night since I was born, my father and I. So actually, Scott Hance had a ride with a team, Dick Poe EMF Racing, and I hung around them some. And then I was in a severe fire in 1997 working on my sportsman car. And I hung around Scott Hance's, and his owner's like, you want to run that super late? I'm like, yeah. He says, you put a new body on it and help. You've been helping a lot. You can run it. So I'm like, okay. And
that's not a bad team to hook up with.
No, it was a newer Dillon car with like a 410 motor and for Angola, and Dick would buy me brand new tires. So I didn't expect much. We went out and tested on a Thursday. They was saying he's not going to do anything. You know what I mean? They was a couple of the guys that was there, and even Dick. They was like, "Oh, he's just going to ride around." So I went out. We was by ourselves in the middle of the day. I run like 3 or 4 laps, just half throttle, and they was on the back stretch with the flag standing out by the track. And I would have been 23, 24 years old. And they told me to crank it up. They spun the flag in a circle. Next lap, I come by and threw gravel all over them, wide open. And I was like almost fast time for the super late model, like my 3rd lap. They was like, bring her in, dude. You're running her Saturday night.
That's pretty cool.
Yep. Dick says, you got yourself a ride. He said, you just set fast time for Saturday. Night and day, they said.
And did you follow it up on Saturday?
I did. First feature after being burnt, I won the feature. My cousin was outside pole in one of the park cars. We went down into turn 1, and he ended up almost headed for the pit exit. I got the lead and led all 30 laps, won the feature.
What track was that at?
That was at Angola Motor Speedway.
Okay. Did you run?
That's where I grew up.
Did you run any of the open comp races there back around that time?
What's open comp mean? Open competition? No, I never did.
Kind of run what you brung.
I did not.
Okay.
Nope.
Now, you're based in Angola, Indiana, and Scott Schultz told me that you used to be the promoter at Angola Motor Speedway?
I did. I leased it for 4 years. I owned Angola Motor Speedway for 4 years.
What years were those?
2007, 9, 10, and 11.
Okay.
Yep. And I didn't race during that time.
So what
if
made
I did, I would have run in Paris. I didn't run much.
What made you want to become a promoter? Because I've heard horror stories from promoters.
Well, I just know how I treat people, and I knew I know what needed to be done. And it was an opportunity, job opportunity. I figured I would try it.
Was it stressful?
Oh yeah. Yep.
I think that's what burns a lot of promoters out, or would-be promoters, I should say.
Oh,
they don't realize how much is involved.
Well,
I'm going to tell you right now, I made a lot of money.
Oh,
and I walked away.
And Scott, he was promoting back when the internet was getting to be a thing.
Just starting, yep.
So that could definitely have made it stressful.
Oh, yeah.
It did. I threatened to go to the local radio station and beat up the weatherman.
So what?
Yeah, I was serious. I would have probably went to jail.
Oh, jeez. So why'd you walk away then if you were making a lot of money?
Too stressful.
Oh, okay. Was it that, or was it you wanted to get back into racing?
No, it was too stressful. I just had a kid, my boy, and I knew, you know what I mean? I just knew it was so time consuming. It's not one day a week. It's 7 days a week. It's all year round. Begging people for sponsorships. I hate begging for money.
Yep.
It was hard to get workers. Everything I did, you end up being no good, rotten. Lost one of my best buddies, got mad at me. I'm like, dude, I don't care who you are. You're going to the tail. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So what's up with Angola Motors? I haven't heard anything recently about it. Are they still running on Saturdays?
Yeah, it's definitely changed for sure. I sponsor the late model series, but I'm gonna refuse to comment on Angola Motor Speedway. It's sad compared to how I used to take a finish mower and mow the infield. I would paint the lines every week. Anywhere that hit the wall or any of the lines, I'd paint white lines on. I had Stan Perry Memorial, 10,000 to win.
I remember that.
I had $20 carload nights. Couldn't even get in the place. It was crazy. I just worked a lot, and the reward, the juice wasn't worth the squeeze, or whatever that's called. You know what I mean?
Gotcha. Another quick question, because you mentioned Bear Field, and I think it was maybe a year ago or 6 months ago, somebody had mentioned that there was a group trying to bring that track back. Have you heard anything?
Definitely, it's over. The airport
over?
bought Fairfield Speedway.
All right.
All right, that puts the nail in that coffin. That's too bad.
Yep, the airport bought it from the investors. Some investment group bought it that worked at GM to park trucks on there.
I remember
and then
that.
that ended, so they sold it to they ended up selling it at a $150,000 loss to the airport, is my understanding. But they made that up in the truck rentals.
Oh, I'll bet.
So they just sold it to the airport for they bought it for like $500 and they sold it for like $350 or something to the airport.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I remember I raced at Angola a couple of times. One was with one of those kind of run what you brung shows, and it would have been in the late '90s, early 2000s. The Pars were there, and I brought my dirt late model, and it was
well, you was fast time then. It was a green and white car.
Yeah, maybe.
He was really fast. Yeah, absolutely.
He remembers you, Ron.
I do. I never missed a race out there.
Yeah.
What was your last name?
Miller.
Absolutely. You went a couple times. You didn't just go once.
Yeah, we won once. That's the one I remember.
Yeah. Yep.
Ron's been racing since cars were invented, so.
Wheels were invented.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah.
We'll go back that far.
It was totally amazing. I remember there as a young, I would have been so about 15, 16 years old in the 90s, right around 90.
Well, I was following a couple of the Pars early on in the race, and I noticed that their brakes were glowing like crazy, so I just started backing the corner up a little bit and figured I'd save what I had for the end, and it worked out really well. $2,500 worth of well, so that was a good payday back then.
Yep. That was, I remember it specifically. I think you really run the bottom.
Yes,
I think he was on the bottom.
That's where that drop the left front off the pavement comment came from.
You did it. I remember. That's where I learned it. I didn't even tell you.
So what other tracks do you run on a somewhat regular basis?
Well, 3 years ago I raced 8 times, like 4 probably at Flat Rock. Actually, I won the Lane 75 at Kalamazoo. I beat Tyler Rorick.
Well, that's a big deal.
Yeah, that was my biggest win until the 150. It was a great race, and it was a tune-up for the Clash. But then I run 4 races last year. This year I've only run 2.5.
Oh.
And I was gonna run last night, but they canceled at Spartan.
Right.
They canceled Chad Finley's Grandpa Memorial.
Right.
So I was pumped up to go to that, worked on the car like till midnight the night before, got everything, thrashing, try to get it ready. But it did rain here. I'm sure it rained there in Ohio as well, correct?
Buddy,
We're running off of a generator right now. I've been out of power since last night.
Yep. It was bad. It was bad here too. We had a tornado hit like 20 miles away.
Oh man.
Yeah, it was bad.
Any thoughts of going back to the Rock anytime soon?
No. I did see they had one more race, I think. And I love going there because I've been very fortunate. I hardly ever tear my car up. The setup obviously works good there. It's a pretty clean race. It's not hard on your equipment.
Right.
The motor, you just boot and half throttle, turn like 7,400 RPMs.
That's a lot for me.
Yeah, well, some of them guys turn 9,000. You know what I mean? Needles with them hudders.
Yeah.
But I just refused to do it, and the motor just, you know what I mean? I used to run a V6 there when I won a lot of races.
Harold Cook won a lot of races there with a V6.
Yep.
Years
I
ago.
won 4 with that V6, 4.
So would you consider yourself then just a part-time racer?
Absolutely. Same car I've had for 10 years.
Oh, okay.
Same shocks. We just race it. Same rear end, same body. I haven't put a body on it like 4 or 5 years.
Wow.
I don't know. We talked a little bit about R.J. Cornett. He's running his dad's car, and that thing's got to be 30 years old. And he's still, and he's still pretty competitive.
He's getting faster.
He really is.
He was trying to pass us there at the start because I fell back to like 10th or 12th, and I'm like, there. I seen on the video. I was like, he's trying to pass us. Yeah, he did really well. I'm happy for him.
Any Yeah, he was running dirt before getting into the asphalt. And have you ever thought about running dirt?
I have all the time. Like a modified or something at Butler.
Yeah.
I've always thought about it, just because, you only live once, right?
Yeah.
And I would like to go. It seems to be competitive. Looks like a lot of fun, and you can handle a race car. I think you have an advantage on dirt,
Well, even if you watch any of the Cup guys, a lot of those guys are running on dirt.
Absolutely.
For fun.
For fun, yeah.
So, there's more people, more cars. It just seems to be interesting. I like Oak Shade. It's not that far of a drive.
Yeah.
And Butler. There's a couple other ones. Montpelier.
Mm-hmm.
I used to go to the Dream and the World 100 with my dad. It's awesome. Absolutely awesome.
Now, you finished second in points at Flat Rock back in 2019. Any chance you would have? Were you running for the points that year? And is there any chance that you would?
I got beat the last night by Frank Giovanni.
Oh, I
got beat
that.
by like one car. He beat me by one car.
Wow.
And I tried to sandbag, and I didn't make the inversion. They inverted like 4 instead of 5. So it was a rough night.
Is that why you're a part-time racer now? You're not racing for points anymore?
Oh, I coach girls softball.
Oh, okay.
My daughter, she's 10. I coach my son's team. He's 11 and 12U. I have another car lot now. Instead of 1, I have 2. I have like 9 commercial properties in town here in Angola. So there's no time.
What do you do with your spare time? Come on, Craig.
Exactly. My wife likes to go. We just went to Paris for like 2 weeks.
Oh, nice.
So we don't have much time. I coach baseball. I coach all my kids' sports.
So are you a self-funded team? Is it the EverageAuto.com? Is that
absolutely.
Okay. Well,
100%.
Give a shout out to tell us about Everage Auto.
Yeah, Everage Auto. I started it like 20 years ago because I love cars, and I've been very blessed. Sold a lot of cars. I always sold just cash cars. But about 5 or 6 years ago, I got a couple banks that do secondary financing. And anybody in town that can't get a car, they end up coming to see me. And we usually can get them in a car. Might not be what they want, but we go, we bend over backwards for people, even if I have to finance it myself. But then again, I hate chasing money. I've done that for a while in the past, but that's why I like just sending it out to a bank and let them chase it and take less. But I just been very fortunate. Been around racing my whole life. I have a couple guys that help me. Been with me for 5 or 10 years. Friends of mine. And we work on it some at the shop here when we do want to race. And I've been blessed financially. I was just thinking before you called, if I would have had this kind of opportunity when I was in my 18s to 20s, I think I would have been phenomenal. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I do.
Because obviously, when I go out, I had new tires to practice on. You know what I mean? Now it's like before I would barely buy tires to race on. I was very cheap, but my wife talked me into buying a Seneca like 8 or 9 years ago. As soon as I bought a Seneca car, I just bought it without the motor from Brian Short. Like the first race, I got like 3rd. I'm like, that was a win. I'm happy. And then I won like a race at New Paris. And then I was 2nd quick at the Sizzler. It's a very good car I have. Brian Short, it was a great car, and Terry Seneca, they were good to me.
So would you consider your job now much less stressful than promoting a racetrack?
Absolutely. I didn't think it could get any worse, but then I bought a restaurant with a bar.
Oh, silly boy.
Yeah, and that ended up being terrible. And I made money at that too. And I'm like, I'm giving up on this. It is bad. Bad deal. I sold the commercial property, but it's worse than the racetrack business for sure.
It sounds like it'd be fun. You got your own bar to go to.
Absolutely. I don't drink, so I could even make more money, I thought, Yeah, and it ended up being a bad deal.
Gotcha. So what's your future in racing look like? Once your kids grow up, would you get more into it, or are you going to be giving it up anytime soon?
No, yeah, my boy. We raced mini wedges with him. We drove to Flint some in the winter. He was really fast at the Coliseum. I think he ended up. I don't think he won. No, he won. I think at the Coliseum. I can't remember this year down there at that midget races they have.
Yep.
He does. He doesn't get a race much because we play sports, but it's definitely him. Yeah, I don't. That was fine with me. I don't know. I'm going to go to the Sizzler next Friday, but I have no plans of racing after that.
Gotcha. So that's
just a word. If you get a chance to race with your boy, go for it.
Absolutely, yeah. Oh, I would. Yeah, we might run some street stocks or bombers or something. You know.
Absolutely.
Yeah, maybe we'll see you out at Oakshade.
There we go.
Yeah, I like dirt. I'm telling you, that's what I'd say, man. I used to drive on dirt roads around here, but I think that helped for sure. And I had a 4-wheeler and a dirt bike. I think that makes you a person that can handle a machine. I think that's what trained me, riding it every day. You know, like a CR80.
Right.
You ever ridden one of those? Them like really fast 2-stroke dirt bikes.
Oh,
I haven't.
I prefer a roll cage.
Yeah, they're really wicked. That's how Scott Hans started too.
I left the dumb stuff years ago.
And that's how we started my boy, 5'6", during COVID. He was been 7 and 8. We ran Michigan on motocross tracks, the Pee Wee tracks, with a fast 50 Cobra. He has a lot of control and respect for what they can do, you know.
Gotcha. Well, our guests, typically they go on to win their next race.
Yeah, I was hoping for the Finley Memorial.
Well,
so I guess we'll go with the Sizzler.
Did that get canceled, or was that just postponed?
I'm not sure. I've read a bunch of different comments. Doug Finley put on there that they can't figure out a date, so it's not looking good.
Oh, well.
Whatever your next race is, keep a record intact. Win the next race after you've been on the show.
That would be incredible. That'd be 10,000 next Friday. And I looked at the entry list. I think I got a shot.
You're the one that they're fighting.
Yeah, they're probably worried about me. That'd be the first time ever.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Says postponed for it, but it doesn't have a new date yet. Yeah, once that date's been finalized, it'll be announced soon afterwards on social media outlets. So it's been postponed, not canceled, but they just don't know when they're going to do it yet.
Oh yeah, I do want to throw this out there though. Uh-oh. Oh, Craig, if you do go on to win your next race, Scott and I both expect T-shirts.
Absolutely, I will. They'll be definitely say thank you on them for sure.
Do you have any merchandise that people can buy?
Zero.
Okay.
All right.
We'll have to get some made then.
Yeah, I could do that.
All right. Craig, it's been a pleasure. Again, congratulations on that big win at Flat Rock this past weekend, and good luck in the future.
I appreciate you guys having me on, and hopefully I'll be back next year and maybe win a couple more.
Thank you for that. And RJ was right. You're a great interview.
You guys have a great night.
All right, man. You too.
See you. Thank you.
Bye. There you go. Craig Everage, our Stan Yee 150 winner up at Flat Rock this past weekend. Very interesting guy. I did not know the whole promoter thing at cool. Angola is pretty interesting, though. And I'm going to have to dig into what's going on. I think we're going to need one of our contributors or producer to dig in what's going on at Angola recently, because I haven't heard much in the past few years.
Kind of quiet.
Yeah. Well, I mean, sometimes that's not a bad thing, because there's been a lot of noise about some other tracks that
most tracks anymore.
Well, that's true, too.
Scott, the people are very short with their congratulatory comments, but boy, they just drag them out if they've got something to whine about.
Absolutely. Again, still time to get in on that drawing for Hammer Down Racing Report window decal. Pink right here. One of these guys, courtesy of DCR Graphics. Just type #DCR in the comments of our Facebook Live or YouTube Live. If you're watching us on Twitter, switch over to YouTube or Facebook if you want a chance to win that. And, of course, you can always buy one. They're only $5 from DCR Graphics. Contact Freeze Frame Photos for all your racing photo needs, from Action Shots to Victory Lane. They have all kinds of custom gift items available. And Charlie did mention that it's time to start thinking about calendars.
It is.
For 2024. 2024 calendars, you can pick 13 of your favorite freeze frame photo images. You can have it all one driver. You can have different drivers. You can make your own custom calendar. It's pretty cool. And he'll be doing that. It only takes like a week or two to make. So plenty of time to do that, but you can start thinking about it now.
Get your 2024 calendar on order.
There you go.
Or calendars. Give some to your friends.
If you want a custom photo session, be it with your car or like a regular photographer.
Right.
I'm sure Charlie probably do weddings or senior photos, whatever.
As long as it doesn't
Is it senior photo season? Do you get senior photos before your senior year? I don't remember. So this is probably senior photo
It's been way too long to remember.
Yeah, I don't remember either. I think it is. And my kids only. Yeah. Call Charlie at 419-476-9978 or check out Freeze Frame Photos online at Freeze Frame Photos Online. Just search for that on Facebook. You got to have the online at the end because there's some other freeze frames. They're impersonators. Freeze Frame Photos, special moments frozen in time. And Ron Miller Race Cars, they fix things and they do it fast. When I break things.
And sometimes against doctor's orders.
Yeah, you probably shouldn't be doing that. You're not wearing your arm thing.
Nope.
Did we have an update on your arm?
I did. The doctor said, throw that darn sling away.
So when can you go racing?
Yeah, it's probably going to be another month, but I'll get some shows in yet.
So September?
Yes, sir.
All right. Ron Miller is going to be back wheeling that.
And certainly October for that big race at Fremont.
Oh, yeah. The showdown.
The showdown.
Give Ron a call, 734-856-7223. Just don't do it now. Wait till after the show. He's got race cars, parts, safety equipment, service, pretty much anything, advice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Call at that number, 734-856-7223. Got a little tiny bit of racing news. I didn't get a chance to get much more with my internet issues, so we'll blow through this real quick, and especially since I didn't get the video. I had a lot of video to show. I was very excited about it, too, but oh well.
Latest racing news.
So, National Sprint Car Hall of Famer Donnie Creets Jr. and fellow Hall of Famer Lance DeWeese have parted ways in the whole musical chairs of sprint car racing
been
again.
Crazy, Scott.
It's almost like I expect there to be one or two every week now.
Yeah.
DeWeese made Creets the winningest car owner at Williams Grove Speedway in Pennsylvania. The reason for the split is the team is having trouble getting a grip on the new tire. Getting a grip on the new tire. Yeah, it's a pun. It's punny.
I like that, Scott.
Very funny. And Creets wants DeWeese to find a better team. That sounds a little fishy to me.
Yeah, okay.
Uh-huh.
Goodbye, you're fired, but we want you
to go out to a better team, yeah. And the only other thing I had was all about Pocono this past week in the Cup race.
Yeah.
First thing, of course, Kyle Larson was not happy with Denny Hamlin after getting shoved out of the lead near the finish on Sunday's
and I
race.
guess they're good friends, but
they were.
In his post-race interview, Kyle Larson was not especially pleasant.
No, he used the word shitty. It was kind of shitty.
Yeah.
Is what he said. That's what he said. He
I
said
wonder
that
if NASCAR will fine him for that.
I don't think so. There was no fines.
Oh, good.
But, yeah, I mean, Kyle Larson's very laid back, and he still was pretty laid back, but you could tell he was pretty fired up. And then I saw, I think it was just yesterday, the video of the radio communications between both of them.
Yeah.
And Denny's just a pompous ass.
He really
and
is.
we interviewed him. You did interview them back in the Motorsports Talk days.
Right.
When he was a rookie, maybe?
Yeah.
And he seemed like a nice dude, but I
Yeah.
think all the success, even though he hasn't won a Cup championship.
Kyle Petty was very outspoken about it and didn't have much to say.
But what he did say...
Yeah, he said, Denny, you screwed up.
Mm. And Denny says he did not. He left him a whole lane, didn't even touch him.
Yeah.
And I had the video, but...
video says otherwise.
Yeah, that was deal number one. There was also another deal here. Joey Logano, he was pissed at the safety crew response to get him back to the pits after he was involved in an incident and flattened, I think it was all four tires.
Yeah.
And they were trying to push him, and he was yelling at him because he wanted to get towed. And there was a lot of explicatives, and I had that video too. I was excited to play that because
Expletives?
Yes, that too. Unfortunately, that video again on my other computer without power.
All of that from sliced bread?
But you can search for it and find it.
Yeah, we're sorry, but
Yeah, but yeah, he would a lot of F words, a lot of
really?
oh yeah, you
Oh, my.
GD dumbasses. I mean, he was really laying into them.
Well,
But I don't know. Maybe that was the heat of the moment. And then the other thing, the final thing here was Ryan Preece had some issues with Corey LaJoie after the race. Did you see that video?
I didn't.
Preece got out of his car, came back to LaJoie, and I think there might have been some punches thrown and some words exchanged before people pulled Preece back.
Yeah, it was a hot day. What?
I guess so. It was interesting.
Tempers were flying.
I guess. And I had a lot of
And I
video
really thought Pocono might be a boring race, but no, it was anything
That's
but.
kind of what I thought, too.
It was anything but boring.
Yeah, especially the end there. Hammer Down Hotline playback. We have some Hammer Down Hotline stuff this week.
cool.
It's been a while, hasn't it?
It has.
Before we get to that, we'll mention, give the Hammer Down Hotline a call. Let's move this out of the way. 419-318-3081. Call or text anytime, day or night. Got a message or a question or a topic you want us to talk about, pop on in there. We'll play it back, read it back, depending on what it is you leave on there. You can talk to me, too, because it's my voice on there.
Really?
Yeah, I won't talk back to you because,
It's recorded.
yeah, from like a year or two ago. But anyway, this week's...
Had your voice changed by then?
Yes.
Wait, I got to go back over here. Okay. This week's Hammer Down Hotline... And I'm not. I don't have too much information on this, but the question was, or the text was, with Jerry resigning at Lima, who will be the next announcer?
I know who this week's announcer is.
Yes, I don't know who's going to be the next announcer. I know who's going to be filling in for the last two shows this year because
Right.
Jerry asked if this particular person would be willing to do it. And this particular person had no idea what was going on at the time. He asked.
He didn't know he had just been thrown under the bus.
Yes. But
Congratulations, Scott.
Yeah. So, and I've never been to Lima Land, so I'm kind
Really?
of looking forward to it. Yeah. See, well, my expectations may be different from others' expectations because I don't have any because I haven't been there. But yeah, I'll be calling the racing action tomorrow. Hopefully. We got the weekend weather pit stop forecast coming up, so hopefully Mother Nature will cooperate tomorrow. It is supposed to be darn hot, though, so I
Yes,
don't
it
know
is.
if that's going to cause any issues. And there's
Scott,
a chance
we've been
of
having
storms, too,
Florida
so-
weather lately, where
have?
it's really blazing during the day and then late afternoon, early evening, some showers.
monsoons.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like it.
I think
Florida can have its weather back.
I think your place and my place had just about 4 inches of rain yesterday from
was a
what
lot.
I was reading.
I was out sloshing around, and
I'll
my house was surrounded. It was like a moat. Maybe
My-
that's why I
my-
don't have power.
My pond definitely has more water than it did yesterday.
Well, our generator hasn't run out of gas yet, so that's pretty cool.
That's a good thing.
Yeah. How about we give away some pizza here, and then we'll give away that sticker in a little bit.
How many?
Surprisingly, the internet's been working pretty good, too.
Yeah.
So, tonight's How Many was actually last week's How Many. Let's get that out of the way first. Was how many sprints were going to be at Butler for the Chuck Wilson Memorial this past Saturday.
Yeah.
That number turned out to be 24.
Okay.
The winner of being in the studio last week is Dez,
Yeah.
and he's not here. He
He's
picked 25.
He's listening though.
Is he? All right. Well,
Oh, yeah.
Congratulations, because you picked 25. You were the closest.
Des Ferris, you were the closest in studio.
Ron is closest that's here now because you picked 28, and I went 29. I keep going the wrong side of you there.
Yeah.
So you still get to pick first tonight.
So I'm the first loser.
Yeah. So, and we had a tie as far as winners. We had two people pick 23.
Really?
Yes.
Nobody picked 24.
Nobody picked 24.
Wow.
So we are going to have to spin the Big D's pizza wheel. It's going to be this one. Pop that on there.
One of them's not Dean Henry, is it?
No, Dean Henry surprisingly is not one of them. And here we go. Two of them on there. They got half the pizza here. So 50-50 chance as to who's going to win that Big D's pizza for this week.
Could they go together and share?
They could if they know each other. I don't know that they do. Trevor Hunt looks like he's going to be our winner of How Many for this week. Congratulations. You have 30 days to claim your pizza from Big D's Pizza in Clyde. And sorry, Gretchen, but I think she's won recently anyway, so she shouldn't feel too bad. Still have a chance to win a Hammer Down Racing Report window sticker here coming up in just a few minutes. Again, hashtag DCR will be wrapping up that here in a bit. Just put that in the comments. Just type hashtag DCR. You probably see a bunch of them in there already anyways. I haven't been looking at the comments, so I've been a little bit... Dale's asking, where can I buy these stickers? Talk to yourself, Dale. Talk to yourself. This weekend, we have some racing action. Let's check out our Big D's Pizza Racing menu.
This weekend's Big D's Pizza Racing menu.
Friday night, that's tomorrow, the 28th of July. It's the 25th annual season championship night at Lima Land Motorsports Park. Great Lakes traditional sprints will be in action. UMP Modifieds and Thunderstocks in action. Gates open at 5, racing at 7:30. General admission $12 for that show. That's their second to last show of the summer, too.
That's crazy.
It is. Sandusky Speedway. It's a big weekend for those guys. High miler weekend. It starts off, I think they have go-kart racing tonight.
Yep.
But tomorrow night on the big track, that's when things start there. It's $1 night with the All-American Iron, Outlaw Super Series, and the Renegades. Oh, and Beginner Stocks and Pure Stock Challenge. Gates open at 4:30, racing at 7:30. General admission, $1. Attica Raceway Park, also Friday night action. It's the Ohio Truck Sales, the Adkins Group night with Attica Fremont Championship Series 410 sprints, late models, and AFCS 305 sprints. Gates open at 5, racing at 7:45. General admission $20 at Attica. Saturday night, Flat Rock Speedway in action with the Vors Compact Touring Series, plus late model sportsman, figure 8, and factory stock. Gates open at 5, racing at 7. General admission tickets $15 there at Flat Rock Speedway. Oakshade Raceway, it's the Night of Wheels we mentioned earlier. Late model sportsman, Dominator Super Stocks, and the compacts in action, as well as all those bike giveaways. Gates open at 4, racing at 7 p.m. General admission $14 on Saturday at Oakshade. Fremont Speedway, Northern Ohio Trailer Sales Night. It's the AFCS 410s, the AFCS 305s, and the Great Lakes Sprint Series GLSS 360 Sprint. So we got all flavors of sprint cars Saturday night at Fremont. Gates open at 4, racing at 7. General admission $22. Sandusky Speedway, night number 2 of the High Miler weekend. Super Modifieds Fast 40 in the Bill Wiggins Ohio Wheelman Super Stock Memorial will be in action, as well as that's the ISMA MSS Super Modifieds and the Ohio Wheelman Series. Gates open at 4:30 Saturday night, racing at 7:30. General admission $27 for that at Sandusky Speedway. Waynesfield Raceway Park, the rescheduled Christmas in July, will be taking place on Saturday with the UMP Modified, Stock Cars, Dirt Track Truck Series, and the Compacts. Gates open at 4:30, racing at 7:30. $10 general admission at Waynesfield. Butler Motor Speedway, Great Lakes traditional sprints in action there. That's their second night of the weekend after opening things up at Lima Land on Friday. Saturday at Butler, along with the UMP Modified Street Stocks and 4-cylinders. Gates open at 4, racing at 7:30. General admission $15. And we're not done. Sunday at Sandusky Speedway. That's going to wrap things up for the High Miler Super Modified Nationals and the Ohio Wheelman Nationals. Gates open at 2, racing at 7. General admission $30 there at Sandusky Speedway for that final event on Sunday. And other series of action before we get to the weekend weather pit stop. I see you looked it up on your phone there. You're cheating.
I just wanted to take a peek at
anything
some
changed?
temperatures.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Superstar Racing Experience tonight at the Motor Mile in Fairlawn, Virginia. That starts at 9 o'clock on ESPN. The Tezos All-Star Circuit Champions will be at Lake Ozark Speedway in Missouri tonight. I-70 Speedway on Friday night, and Knoxville Raceway in Iowa on Saturday night. The World of Outlaw NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series will be at Wheatsport Speedway for the Empire State Challenge weekend. That's in New York on Saturday and Saturday. I think I meant Saturday and Sunday. 29th, what's today? 27th, 29th and 30th would be Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah. World of Outlaw Case Construction Late Model Series. They have the Prairie Dirt Classic at Fairbury Speedway on Friday and Saturday night. That's July 28th and 29th. The NASCAR Truck Series in action at Worldwide Express 250 at Richmond Raceway. That's Saturday night at 7:30 on FS1. The NASCAR Xfinity Series will be at Road America. That's the Henry 180. That'll be on Saturday night at Saturday afternoon, at 3 o'clock. That'll be on NBC. And the Cup Series, the Cookout 400 at Richmond Raceway on Sunday at 3 p.m. on USA Network. What's that weekend weather pit stop look like, Mr. Miller?
Scott, Friday's going to be hot. It's just going to be hot and humid and sticky, and that Florida weather that we were talking about is going to jump up and bite
us in the ass.
Bite some of the tracks. Yeah, it's looking like. Yeah.
Now, do you think any of the tracks, the Friday night shows, will cancel because of the heat? I know a few years ago it was really hot one weekend, and there were some cancellations.
Boy, I hope not, because we're getting to the part of the season where things are getting interesting. Yeah. So,
well,
especially with
tracks nowadays, they tend to err on the side of caution. But like 30, 40 years ago, it'd be, sun's out, we're racing.
Yeah, pretty decent chance of rain tomorrow night, Friday. Just about the time races start. Saturday, temperatures are going to be a little bit cooler. We're talking mid-80s, and there's a chance of an afternoon shower, but it's going to be a lot spottier on Saturday. Sunday, the temperatures are going to be in the mid-70s and very little chance of rain. So
Sandusky will be
with their
good
high
then.
miler, I think they'll have just a killer race on Sunday.
Awesome. How about we give away a window sticker?
Let's do it.
All right. Last chance, we'll give you just a minute or two here. If you haven't typed in hashtag DCR in the comments, do it now. Jamie wants to know if DCR has a website. They do not have a website, but they do have a Facebook page. If you go to facebook.com/
DCR Graphics.
DCR Graphics, yeah, that's what it was. I wasn't sure if it was just DCR or DCR Graphics. Facebook.com/DCR Graphics.
Or if you just go to Facebook and in the search column or in the search tab, just type in DCR Graphics. And
should bring up his page.
There.
Yeah. There you go. And one of his posts is a post of the Hammer Down Racing Report window sticker.
Oh, yeah.
And about how you can order it for $5.
We better hurry up before we run out of electricity.
That generator is full. We're good. You just want to get going. Is there a race on you want to go see?
I don't know.
All right. Let's, I was just stalling a little bit so we could get a few more, but I think we're doing, oh, we skipped next week's how many, didn't we? Holy cow.
Oh,
see, we went so fast. Thanks, Dean. I'm glad I was actually looking at the comments here since I've been flipping through things. See, this is the problem. This is why I like having my stuff printed out, my prep, but since I don't have power, I'm looking at it on here. And, yeah, we skipped over that. So, sorry, DCR Graphs. We're going to put that on hold for just a second. This week's How Many and a chance to win a Big D's Pizza is, I got to scroll up and find it now. That's the beginning of the show.
You invented it. Come on.
I know. I had to find it here. How many super modifieds are going to be at Sandusky Speedway on Sunday?
Ooh, on Sunday. Huh?
On Sunday, yeah, for the main event.
And I've got to go first.
You do?
18.
18? I'm going to go 19.
That's been burning you, Scott.
I know, but I figured I keep going the opposite, or my inclination is to go the other way, so I'm not following it. Write this down. So if you want a chance to win a Big D's Pizza, and again, thanks, Dean, for showing that oversight, pointing that out. Type in a number in the comments, and you can do this if you're not listening to us live. If you're listening to us on Spotify or Apple Podcasts or whatever, you can always go onto our YouTube channel or our Facebook page. Just find our live video broadcast and then put your guess in the comments. We'll say before 2 o'clock on Sunday afternoon, since that's when gates open. Was it 2 or 2:30?
Aren't they racing on Saturday, too?
Yeah, but this is just Sunday.
Oh, I know that.
Yeah, so if they wreck on Saturday and they're done, they can't fix it, then
okay,
that could subtract.
All right.
And I still went above you, so I don't know why. But and I think they actually did post. Here's a little hint, too, if anybody hasn't put in a number yet, because once you do, you're locked in. You can't change it. and you can't guess more than once. But I believe I saw a post, and I was going to cheat, but then I didn't. But I thought I saw a post, and Dusky Speedway had posted a preliminary entry list of.
Oh, and that means nothing, but
well,
okay.
but it gives you an idea. So I'm just saying.
And
So if somebody wanted to wait and not put in their guess right away, they could go check that out and then maybe make a more educated guess.
And that's why you said 19 when I said 18.
No, because I didn't look at it. I mean, I saw it, but I didn't actually count how many were on it.
I see. Okay.
And then I thought about going back to it when I came up with this is going to be the question for tonight for how many. But then I thought, nah. Also, I was busy trying to keep my food from spoiling in the fridge without power again. So there you go.
And we're all right in that 20-car neighborhood, so.
Are we?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. John Young's pretty pessimistic there. 15. Okay. So now let's give away this window sticker from DCR Graphics. We're also losing our light because I don't have any lights plugged in. So we're just natural light tonight. Let's see. If you haven't typed in hashtag DCR, it's probably too late for you to do it now. We are going to head on over to this, share screen. There we go. All right. Here we go. We're going to draw for the winner for this week's DCR Graphics window sticker.
Hammer Down Racing Report sticker.
From DCR Graphics.
Correct.
And Keith Condon.
All right.
Congratulations. You got yourself a Hammer Down Racing Report window sticker, courtesy of DCR Graphics. And if you didn't win, again, you can always contact DCR Graphics, get one ordered. He's got them. He's got a bunch of them printed out, so you don't even have to order. He can get it out in the mail almost immediately. Bring it to the racetrack if you go to where he races, Oakshade typically.
Right.
So there you go.
I was going to say, and where can you pick that up?
Keith will have to pick that up from Ron Miller Race Cars.
Or he can call us at 734-856.
That's Ron Miller Race Cars number. Race. There you go.
And we can make arrangements to meet at the racetrack or.
And you have 30 days to claim your window sticker. If you don't pick it up within 30 days or make arrangements,
we'll give it to somebody else.
We're going to give it to somebody else. Yeah, that's the way we do that. It's the way we roll. So I think we're done.
I think we are.
Is there anything else I forgot, Dean?
Nope. Seems
Dave,
like
anybody? All right, I think we're good. Again,
thanks to Craig Everage for a great interview.
Yep. Absolutely. Yeah, if you joined us late and you missed that, go back and check that out, definitely. Do apologize, working with a little bit of a skeleton equipment here, the bare necessities to get us by.
An extension
I think we did okay, though. We have several extension cords. Got wires running everywhere, but it works. Dean says nope, so I think we're good. Thanks to our associate producer, Dave Kammer, contributors John Young, Bob Stazak. Make sure to like us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter at Hammer Report or X. I don't even know what it is anymore. Is it X now? Yeah. Not Twitter?
I think
Follow us on X. Whatever. We're at Hammer Report on whatever. It's still twitter.com. Follow us on YouTube. That's that name's still the same. And, of course, you can listen to us on your favorite podcasting platform, any of them. We're on all 572 of them, including Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also, you can check out HammerdownRacingReport.com. Listen to the show on there. You get apparel. If you want to be a sponsor, there's information. Everything you need to know. HammerdownRacingReport.com. Also helps if you rate and review us on those podcasting platforms, like Apple Podcasts especially.
Yeah.
Thanks to our sponsors once again, Ron Miller Race Cars, DCR Graphics, Dominator Race Products, Big D's Pizza, Oakshade Raceway, Freeze Frame Photos, and Headhunters Barber Studio and Salon.
Must be the end of the show. Ron Miller Race Cars made it to the top.
If you're interested in being a sponsor, again, you can check out HammerdownRaceReport.com or give us a call. Or send us a message on Facebook. Give us a call on the Hammerdown hotline. We won't play that back over the air. 419-318-3081. Thanks again to Craig. Next week, I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully we'll have power for next week.
Yeah.
That'll be better. See you next Thursday, 7 o'clock live, and then on all the podcasts.
Wherever you watch your podcast.
And listen, yeah. Get out and support your local track this weekend. we're out. Except for I got to flip back over here. Then we can be out. Okay, now we're out.
Good night, all.
You have been listening to the Hammer Down Racing Report, available on demand on iTunes, Google Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting platform.